turn on your machine, you will start on a straight stitch in Menu 1. Stitch Menu 1 refers to the basic utility stitches. You can directly select them on screen. For example, if I wanted a zigzag stitch, I would select this icon and you will see the stitch change on screen. There are 5 stitch menus you can choose from. It will start on utility stitches by default, but you can choose Menu 2 for decorative stitches, and you will notice at the bottom of the screen that there are arrows that you can press to go through more stitches within a menu. There's also Menu 3 for buttonholes, 4 for fonts, and 5 for stitches you have saved. On screen, you will also see these numbers at the bottom. This first number is the stitch width, which can be controlled by the buttons here. You can see the changes to your stitch on screen as you edit. This next one refers to stitch length, which is controlled by these buttons here. When you change from the default, there will be an outline around the numbers on screen, so you'll know when you've changed from the default or if the stitch has been edited. Here is an example of different stitch lengths, and here is an example of different stitch widths. In straight stitch, the stitch width adjustment is used to adjust the needle position, which you can see on screen. On the needle plate here, you will see these markings. These are seam allowance markings for when you are sewing with the left position straight stitch. We will line up the edge of our fabric to this 5/8 inch guide, which is a very popular seam allowance when making garments from patterns. Lower the presser foot and step on the foot pedal or press the Start/Stop button to sew. Press the reverse button to sew backwards 2 to 4 stitches and then go forward over your stitching to lock your seam in place. Step on the foot control or press the Start/Stop button to start sewing again. You will want to press and hold the reverse button at the start and end of every seam to prevent unraveling. Press the thread cut button at the end of the seam to automatically cut the top and bottom threads. You can adjust the maximum speed you sew at by moving this speed slider. Moving the slider to the right will make it faster, and the left will make the maximum speed slower. The speed can be adjusted at any time. This only affects the maximum sewing speed. You can control how fast you go with how hard you step on the foot pedal. You can also use the Start/Stop button here, which will sew at the maximum speed you have set on the speed slider. Press it once to start and once to stop.